All right. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, and happy Friday. It is Friday. We have made it through another week. And so I really got to look. Let me see something here. Okay. Um, Welcome back to another episode of Astrology After Dark. I am Katrice, Natal chart navigator, and I help open-minded individuals to navigate their lives using their birth charts and their numerology in a practical way. And so tonight I'm going to be talking about the Uranus, Mars, and North Node conjunction in Taurus. This is going to be super, super huge, and not only is it going to affect, us people, with this in the sign of Taurus. Okay, so if you have Taurus placements, it's definitely going to affect you. But this is going to be a collective. Going to affect everybody on the collective because Uranus is a generational planet. Okay, and so yeah, it's a generational planet. So it's one of the outer planets. So it is definitely going to affect everybody, on a global scale. So you definitely want to pay attention to this, especially if you have Taurus placements. Okay. And so the nodes, okay, so the north node, the moon's nodes are they're like calculations, okay? And so the nodes shifted in from Gemini and Scorpio. It was in Gemini and Scorpio last year, and they have shifted into Taurus and Scorpio and Gemini and Sagittarius. My bad. It was in Gemini and Sagittarius, and now they have shifted into Taurus and Scorpio, the Taurus and Scorpio axis. Okay, and so in this axis it is all about self-worth, personal values, and individual freedoms. Okay, and so we've already had one eclipse earlier this year, and then we have another one coming up. I believe it's in October. Okay, and so this is going to be a really, really important time because Uranus is the planet of shock, and it's the planet like things happen quickly and suddenly. It does everything on its own, differently, and so it's really going to shake up our lives in a really, really, really big way. Okay. Um, and so with Uranus and the North nodes conjuncting, okay, this will encourage spiritual breakthroughs. Okay, it'll encourage spiritual growth and the end of karmic cycles. So if you are looking to make some huge changes in your life, especially what we having yesterday, the new moon in Leo. Okay. And so if you missed that on Wednesday, you definitely want to go back and look at that Astrology After Dark. And then also we have Jupiter now in retrograde. Okay. Jupiter is the biggest planet in the solar system, and it's all about expansion and higher learning. And so, this is giving us a chance to reassess uh, our where it is that we want to go, what it is that we want to do, how do we want to elevate ourselves, not just when it comes to money, but intellectually on a spiritual level. How do we want to innovate ourselves? Okay. And so when it's and the north nodes, okay, in a transit, you can expect truly life changing moments. Okay. And then you have Uranus and Mars. When they get together, they tend to trigger shock and disruption. Okay. If you notice, they're talking about having a recession, that we're in a recession, or the US is in a recession, or something like that. I don't know. I mean, I'm not in a recession, but they say the US is. But the Taurus is all about money, material resources. And so, there is going to be some disruption to material resources, a very big disruption. Okay. And so This is going to be taking place on July 31st, so on Sunday at 3:04 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, is when this exact conjunction is supposed to take place. Okay, and so how will this conjunction affect your career? Okay. So Uranus will be opening your eyes to the failure systems around you and encouraging you to reach towards the future and your north node. Okay. So if you don't know what your north node is, you definitely want to pull your chart to see where your north node is. Okay. Because your north node is where your soul is guiding you in this moment. Okay, for this lifetime, it's where your soul is guiding you. Okay, so if you don't know what your north node is, you definitely want to pull your chart, and if you need assistance with that, you can DM me, and you can book a chart reading with me and I can pull that up for you. Okay, um, but this will be a life defining moment for so many people. I'm super excited about it because it's going to be taking place in my 10th house. It's going to be conjunct my midheaven. 10th house is my career house. And there's already been changes in my career and how I'm taking things. So I'm super excited to see what will come out of this conjunction. Um, Now, there will be a defining energy among those of you who have been quietly putting up with less favorable working conditions for the last few years. Okay. And so if you've been, putting up with the same energy of empty promises and slowly moving towards your new goals, making your new goals happen, this transit will be the final push that you need, so that you can re-envision what you want for your future. Okay, and also going to have the added energy of Venus, which will aid in manifestation rituals because Venus rules Taurus. Okay, and Venus is like the money planet. Okay, and so it's going to help you if you're looking for a new job, if you're looking to, start a business, if you're looking to up level your business that you already have. This conjunction is going to actually be very, very powerful for that, um, to help you in aiding that. Okay. Now, it is a generational planet. Uranus is a generational planet. And so it tends to shape, things on a global scale. The last time Uranus and Taurus conjuncted, what Uranus was in Taurus, was back in the 30s, uh, around the Great Depression. Okay, it was around the Great Depression, and so you can see now where we're moving, when it comes to cryptocurrency and how you know getting away. People, everything's going like cashless. A lot of people aren't using cash anymore. You can pay with Bitcoin. They have Bitcoin ATMs. So as you can see, things are already moving in a totally new direction. What? Go, Cadence. All right. So where this is going to be taking place depends on how it will be affecting. Okay. So if you have Taurus in your first house, okay, first house is the house of self. There's going to be a major shake up with you, who you are, how you present yourself to the world, what it is that you are wanting to do. There's going to be a really big reinvention, with uh, you and just basically your life and what it is that, how you take care of yourself, how you nurture yourself. This is going to be a really big shake up for you. I was just looking at somebody's chart, and this is going to be conjunct their ascendant and their Chiron. Chiron is the what is Chiron? Chiron is the wounded healer. It's the wound that you're born with. And when you have Chiron in your first house, that signifies self-esteem issues. And so for this particular person, it's going to be really, it's going to be conjunct their ascendant and Chiron. And so it's going to really help them to really deal with those self-worth, self esteem self-confidence issues that they currently have. If it's going to be in your second house, if Taurus is in your second house, it's going to affect your money, okay? How you think about money, how you feel about money. And if you have any placements there within, because it's going to be at 18, so anywhere from say 11 to say 19 degrees, you're going to really feel this very strongly. I would say even like 20 degrees. So maybe say from like 11 to 20 degrees, you're really, really going to be feeling the shift. Okay. If this is in your third house, if Taurus is in your third house, it's really going to be affecting your communication and how you communicate with the world, how you not just communicate, but it also deals with siblings. Third house also deals with siblings. It deals with communication, short distance travel, early education. So if any of those things, if you have any placements in the third house, within that 11 to 19 degree window, is really going to affect you more. You're going to feel it more. Okay. um Fourth house would be your family. So if Taurus is in your fourth house, it's definitely going to affect your family, your home life. Fifth house is your creativity, sex, children, um gambling, fun. It's the house of joy, and so it's going to affect you in those areas. Sixth house is the house of health. You may find out that you have a disease, some type of uh, chronic illness, or you may actually be getting some type of healing from a chronic illness. Or it could affect your daily work routines. How do you work? How your job, it could definitely affect your job, because sixth house talks about jobs. What do you do on a day to day to make money? 10th house is more of your, career and public persona, what you put out in the public. Seventh house is relationships. So if your relationship has been rocky, you may be getting a divorce, or you may be breaking up. If you are single, you may be finding somebody to, getting into a relationship. Or if, your relationship has not been the best, you and your partner may be actually working on some things, and your relationship could actually turn out to be a whole lot better than what it was. Eighth house is the house of um, other people's money, taxes, insurance, death, rebirth, and things of that sort. So if Taurus is in your eighth house, there could be some issues with other people's money, or you could come into some money, say via inheritance, or just a windfall of some sort. Ninth house is the house of spirituality and higher learning. And so there may be some in religion. And so there may be some, if Taurus is in your ninth house, there may be some, you might have some new revelations about religion, or spirituality, or you might, uh, higher travel. You might decide to embark on a journey of travel, and like a spiritual journey, where you just start traveling, and you know really being, getting in tune with self. Okay. 10th house is your career and public persona. I'm really super excited for this, because it is going to be conjunct my midheaven. My midheaven is at 13 degrees in Taurus. And so this is happening right about 18 degrees. So it's going to be within about a 5 degree. It's going to take place about 5 degrees from my midheaven. So I already know, like, it's about to be something really good is going to happen. So if it's your 10th house, you could have some good things happen with your career could take off. Or if you're hating your career, or things, it could also go the opposite way, and there could be some shakeups in your career that may at the time may not seem like they're great, but in the long run will probably turn out to be the best thing that probably ever could happen to you. 11th house is the house of friends and wishes come true, and dreams and of the sort. So it may affect how you are out in when it comes to groups. You may find some new groups to be in, or some groups, some associations that you have, they may fall off. You may sever ties with them. And then 12th house is the house of the undoing, is the house of spirituality, is the house of the subconscious, spirituality, of institutions and things like that. And so having Taurus here, it may shake up how you see things. It may shake up. Please tell me you ain't break my phone. Um, So it may shake up, it could also affect your beliefs, your subconscious. You may, things that you once believed, you may have a total revamping in things that you believe and how you see the world, from a subconscious, unconscious level. Um, so yeah, so those are just depending on the house, okay? Depending on the house where it's going to take place is what will happen for you. Here, is that on? So yeah, there's going to be some sudden and abrupt changes. One of the things that I do want to caution everybody on is to not think of this, if something goes awry and it's not what you want, don't think of it as it being, bad, or don't think of it as, God is punishing me, or anything like that, because everything works together for your good. Okay. And so while it may seem like it's unwanted or unfavorable now, by the end of the year, because we're in the second half of the year. By the end of the year, things could turn out so totally different. And remember, this conjunction here is setting us up for 2023. Okay. So you have to think long term. Don't think short term. Don't think about what's going on right now. You have to think about the long term, what's going to be in effect long term for you. Okay. So that's what I got for you guys. I hope you found value in this live. If you did, please do share it out so that others can find value as well. Also, if you don't know where Taurus is in your chart, and you want to know exactly how this will be affecting you personally, then you want to go ahead and book a reading with me. You can either comment here on the live, you can DM me if you're watching this on Facebook, or you can email me at Katrice at thenatalchartnavigator.com. You email me, go ahead, book your reading. I have all the information here in the comments, about how to book, how much it is, and everything like that. Um, yeah, and so that's it. And so before I go, just remember that possibilities are endless. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand, and that right there is going to make you smile. Have a great evening.